And, man, what an entrance we have on that. We got my man Jay Davis. I'm Morgan Smith. We have Brandon Washington with us, as well as Brian Bolt. And, man, another week at walk-ons, and you know what that means? It's 1 week closer to football season.
Absolutely, and we've got the Arkansas High Razorbacks in the building tonight.
Happy to have them. We got the legend, Coach Norton, in here tonight. And we're going to hear all about the Razorback team over there on the Texarkana, Arkansas side. And they even brought the mascot.
Absolutely. So it's good to have them in the house. But we got Jay, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you, sir.
I didn't see you this morning. I didn't make breakfast, but that's on another note.
Y'all eat breakfast every morning?
We do on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I never get invited or anything. I started waking up early now that it's football season.
Well, we'll give you a call then.
Yeah, I bet y'all will.
And so, but we got a special guest with us, Mr. Washington from over at Texarkana College. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good.
So now that I know who he is, this dude was a certified baller back in his day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where from? If you say hooks, I'm not talking to it. No.
Nah, I played at Texas High. Long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
2003.
All right, so I knew you. I graduated 03 as well.
Okay.
We played against each other when I was at Longview. I know exactly who you are.
Oh, my goodness.
I know exactly who this dude is.
Footballer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Footballer, basketballer?
Football.
What position?
And I was the Sam linebacker, strong side linebacker, which I think everything's like nickelback, and they got nicknames for it now.
So you wore him out back then, probably.
No,
I played defense too.
And I don't know who you heard outstanding player from. I was surrounded by a lot of good talent those years at Texas High, and fortunate to be able to play with them. And
it's not very often I remember somebody's name. No, it's no joke. I might be able to name 10, maybe 15 people that I played against. It has a lot to do with, no disrespect, but I played against another dude named Dallas Washington. Do you remember him?
From Atlanta.
Yeah. So around the same time as us, but I remember this dude.
Yeah.
I really don't know why. He could ball, though. He could ball. Being dead serious, he could play some ball.
I've known Morgan for 2 years now, and it took him 6 months before he remembered my name.
Really? Yeah. Okay, I feel special then.
I'm really bad with names. I got to see you constantly, or you had to do something memorable, like really memorable.
Yeah, go viral or something like that.
It's not like I mean to. It's just I've never been good with names.
Yeah.
I know I'm older than y'all, but going viral back in 2003 wasn't going to happen.
No.
The kids today, it's amazing what they've got access to build their own brand. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
For sure.
Well, going viral then was your name was on somebody else's scouting report.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That was going viral back then.
Yeah.
But you still keep up with any of the guys?
Yeah, so a lot of my teammates, few of them are coaches here in the area now. We still keep up. Actually, we're about, let's see, next fall we'll have our 20-year state championship reunion. So that's hard to.
I know, man. I don't feel that old.
Right?
Should have wore your ring.
Good. Yeah, I know. I should have.
So Morgan could look at it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I got one too. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Where am I up here?
I'm glad we didn't have to face Longview a whole lot. I'm glad they weren't in our district back then too.
Y'all wouldn't have won no ship if you're playing the Lobos.
Lobos, tough.
Y'all might have won state. You wouldn't win no. Longview's not won a district championship or not lost a district game since 1999.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Let that sink in.
And I mean, those are days
they lost their first one last
Lufkin.
year to Highland Park by 2 points.
Huh. Really?
Yeah.
Pretty good stat.
Yeah, back then y'all were loaded with Lufkin, Knack, both Tyler schools, John Tyler Lee.
Now, Lufkin wasn't in our district for a while. But
they weren't? Okay. Did they go 5? Were they up in 5?
We couldn't beat Lufkin. We get in the playoffs, we had no chance. We weren't going to beat Lufkin. And we'd never lose by a lot. It'd be like 7 points, but we just couldn't beat them. Yeah. Reggie Manil's down there, Des Bryant. Des was young, but a lot of people forget how good Reggie
Malcolm
was.
Kelly was with you all.
Was
he a little bit younger than us?
Yeah, he's a little bit younger.
Okay.
They would have been sophomores when we were seniors, him and Trent.
Yeah,
Trent
Reggie
Williams,
McNeil. I remember watching him. We were at a 7-on-7 tournament down at College Station. Oh, my goodness. Just straight natural ability. It was unbelievable.
The greatest performance I've ever seen in a high school football game outside of that kid from Cuero. Reggie McNeil's down like 35 points at halftime. It's pouring rain in Tyler, and they're playing, I think, to see who went to the state championship. They put him in on defense. The other team got the ball at after half, and they came back. He scored every touchdown. He scored 2 defensive TDs.
Did he really?
Dude, it was raining so hard you couldn't see the other side of the stands. Dude, it was the worst.
Oh, my
I mean,
goodness.
but now they wouldn't even play. If it was that bad, they wouldn't even play.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Norton
an
to get up
athlete.
and tell us the truth.
Oh yeah, he'll keep it real.
I'll sit up here and talk about stuff all day. So,
I
man,
know
what's
that's
going
right.
on at Texarkana College? What do you
Man,
do out there?
So currently I've got a couple different roles I'm working on now. I'm transitioning out of the Dean of Workforce and Community and Business Education position, which oversees all of our vocational training programs, and moving into the Vice President of Operations position. So it's a good thing. It's bittersweet because I've been about 4 years deep into the vocational side, and that's what grateful that y'all are able to have me in today, just to kind of talk about our initiatives, what we've got going on, and good opportunities for people in this community and all around the region. So.
The guy Dustin that was on last week, he was
Yes,
telling us, man,
I
y'all
love
have so
Dustin.
many scholarships to give. And what is the best way for a student to, let's say, apply for one of those scholarships?
Yeah, so the best way, you can go to the texarkanacollege.edu website, and there's a scholarships link, a financial aid link, and it shows everything by program, by nursing, by workforce, by academics. Some of them kind of overlap, but the website, there's a lot of information there. If you have any questions, I'd encourage anyone just to call our main enrollment services number, 903-823-3012, and we can direct you from there. But we're trying to get a lot more information on the website so we can kind of front load it. And we don't want to keep any secrets. We want everybody to know. We want industry to know. We want parents to know. We want, and people of all ages, as we talk about back to school now, as far as the mission of the college goes, we really look at people of all ages. We've had heard some amazing stories on how people have been affected, how jobs have been affected, since the pandemic has hit. The way we deliver instruction has changed a little bit, So, there's a lot of new things that are going on, lots of innovation. You see a lot of automation and robotics with a lot of our manufacturers who are trying to compete with big cities and competing with, competitors even across the world. And it scares some people when we get into robotics and automation, but we always talk about that robot may do the work of 8 to 10 humans, but at the same time somebody's got to come in and program that robot. Somebody's got to be the technician. Somebody's got to come in and work on it, to where. And so there are a lot of opportunities that are opening up, and a lot of people don't think that robots and automation is here, but we have large manufacturers here in this community that are running a lot of that high-tech technology on a day-to-day basis.
Manufacturing is, a key to a great local economy.
Yeah.
And we're lucky to have it, and hopefully we get more. Somebody could probably tell us a little bit more about that is my politician buddy to my right.
Well, I will say that Texarkana College is definitely one of the strengths of our community, and the number of people that Texarkana College has impacted is amazing. I got my very first college credit hour from Texarkana College, and had the opportunity to go to that campus for my first year as a freshman, and I wouldn't trade the experience. Even though I was still at home, I still got to experience going to the gym and doing the intramural stuff, and having access to all the classes that would transfer to almost every single university here. My daughter graduated with some dual credit classes and ended up going to a university in New York City.
Oh, wow.
And I shared with Jason back then that her credits, were able to be used up there. So it's not just those Texas and Arkansas-based universities and colleges that these credits can go towards. And from a savings to me, that's what I was so appreciative, about, just because, Texarkana College does everything they can to try to keep those, enrollment dollars down, for the students and their families. And so that's what I'm, most appreciative of, is just the cost factor that y'all are able to provide that great education. The two-year degrees that they come out there with, if they wanted to do their own job, being able to come out with one of those associate degrees, that's golden.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right.
And so, we know a lot about, kids coming from high school and coming out there, but we also, want to hit a little bit, and everybody at home, to hear about kind of the non-traditional route. Y'all offer a lot of ways for people of all ages. They decide they want to change career paths, or they want to get into something else to better their life. They've got an opportunity to come out there as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the, we've had a lot of initiatives here lately, and the pandemic has really highlighted on, there's a lot of people, sometimes life happens. We don't get every student at 18, 19 years old. Sometimes there's things you got to commit to, or you got to go handle and take care of first, and we really embrace, and we really listen to, appreciate, and embrace the story of those individuals that want to come back, or maybe they're in a non-skilled career path now and they want to come back and do something. Maybe it's come back and be an electrician or a welder. And so, that's what I said, people of all ages. We talk about the community college opening up. We all think of everybody in grade school getting their backpacks on and rolling in. Next Wednesday, August 18th, is our first day for academic, nursing, and workforce programs. And we've got lots of opportunities. We've got scholarship opportunities strictly for non-traditional students that just went a different path and are looking to come back, just to compete now career-wise and just within the economy. You've got to have some sort of a certificate or a degree, and it's tough. There's a lot of successful business people in this community that did it on a high school diploma, but you got to be really, really special nowadays, to do it just on a high school diploma.
Tell them again for me. Tell them again for me.
Well, look, Brandon, we appreciate you coming out. Tell everybody what y'all's website is or where they could go to find out more information before you get off here.
Yes, texarkanacollege.edu. You can Google search it, or you can just type it in the browser bar. If you want to pick up the phone and talk to someone, call 903-823-3012, and somebody will answer the line and get you the information you need.
Hey, but in all seriousness, that is one of the things I wish I would have done. I mean, it could have had that thing knocked out.
You turned out well. You're good.
Yeah,
you can always go back to college.
I ain't got enough time to go back. Yeah. Maybe this online thing, maybe. Yeah. I got a bunch of smart kids in the office. I don't know how that works, but make that happen. They have a camera on you for those.
Brandon, man, we appreciate you coming out. Y'all look up TC and see what they offer out there and give them a shot, find out some more information. And so we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with Coach Norton with the Arkansas High Razorbacks, and we've got a night full of TASD. So come back after these short messages.
Just like that, she had to decide her future. She knew she wanted to go to college, but she wasn't ready to choose her major. So she enrolled at Texarkana College. At a fraction of the cost of a university, Samantha can start on her basics while she decides what she wants to do with her future. Start here at Texarkana College. Not long ago.
Man, we are back, and we have added a legend with us, man. We got the man Barry Norton in the building. Got Johnny Murphy and Logan Williams here. And how's camp been so far? I mean, this is what year is this for you?
This is 35 for me. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's been doing it a while.
Well, let me just ask you this first question. How is football changed from year one to today? Were they wearing leather helmets back then?
No, it wasn't. Back. We had the little single bars. No, I tell you where coaches changed. The kids hadn't changed. Technology's changed a lot of football. Obviously, styles of football have changed. The spread offenses, and there's everything goes through. And the spread offense today was really came from BYU with Lavelle Edwards back in the day, with all those guys, and those same plays are just. There's somebody out there getting credit for it, and Lavelle was calling them way back when. But it's football cycles around. I think the thing that's different, I think we're a little bit safer in football. I think we take better care of our kids now. We're used to, you line up and run, 20 hundreds at the end of practice, and we found out that that's not the smartest thing to do sometimes. So we're trying to get them in shape. But I think that's where it's changed. Football's football. It turns down to toughness, commitment, effort, and some grit. You got to have a little bit of grit about you and a toughness. And then when you get teams that play for the other guy, not for themselves, but play for the other guy, I think that's when you have great teams.
Yeah, I mean, y'all don't know this yet, but man, you're going to be thinking about guys you play football with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I can dang near name everybody that I played my senior year with, but you're catching my eye with this bling. What we got going on here?
This is our state championship ring from this past track season. And
You get that running the 100?
Nah, discus. I was the
okay.
first in conference for discus, and
What's
I
up, man?
got
Shout
fourth
out.
at state.
Let me see this thing. Ball floor do this for y'all?
They did.
It's nice, man.
Yeah.
It's always good to have some hardware on your hand.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They came in today.
They look great.
So, yeah, it's a beautiful ring. Beautiful ring. So
They a lot larger now than they used to be, huh, Coach?
Yeah. We won the championship in 2002. I told them one of the biggest ring you could build. Balfour built it for me, John Barbie. And we had the biggest one. And that thing looks like a pinky ring now compared to what they are now. And that was like an 8X back then or something. It was the biggest thing you could get. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get them where you can wear them.
You know, John's son's taking over for him.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
They do great things. They do really great work. I saw this ring about the time y'all approved it, and I was like, man, sits up tall. You ain't ever going to be able to put your hand in your pocket.
Yeah. Coach Harold nearly chipped a tooth today. He's doing something. Oh, he got a phone call. He nearly chipped a tooth doing it. So
Yeah.
it's a big old ring. It's pretty.
Well, how far do you throw it?
Threw about 140 feet.
I like when he knows how far he threw it. I threw it about. Let me think about it. Like, he knows.
It was probably
It's like,
139.9.
Logan, how fast you run the 40 in? See?
I haven't ran it in a while.
Here we go.
4.6.
You should have said like 4.4 or something like that. At least he told the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, you mentioned a little bit about technology, and one of the things that I've recognized since Game Day started covering the local schools is the difference between the Texas side and Arkansas side. I think it's amazing that y'all are able to go back and look at replays on the sideline. Mm-hmm. How are you able to utilize that to make your team better in the middle of a game?
Well, I think it's like the NFL does. I mean, you know, the NFL used to have pictures. It's in the pictures down a screen. But now with us, we got it right. We pulled it up on the sideline. You can turn around and look at the tape. You can see who missed the block. You can see how they're attacking. You can see how they're blocking it. So it's a neat thing, and I'm getting better with it. I spent 30 years not doing it, so it's hard for me to get used to it. But when you ask where something happened or how something happened, you get instant feedback. If you've ever been, of course, you're always calling ball games from the booth, and you watch a game. When you're coaching, you've got to watch a spot. You need to see it, and I'll be on the headset and I'll ask, hey, where'd that guy come from? And I'll get two lies. They watch the game too, and I need to charge them $5 for a ticket. But
well, I can remember one game that I was watching last year, and I want to say it was third and long play or whatever else, but something broke down, and I immediately saw the quarterback run straight to the sideline, and he wanted to know what it was, and I mean I could tell that he was using that as a tool to be able to get better.
It is. It's handy. I mean, it really is, and I think it's great. I mean, it gives us some stuff, and I think it's I don't know. I'm old school on so many things, on how you do some things, but those type of things make our football teams better and makes you more productive as you're going through it. And that's what you're looking for. You're trying to be as efficient as you possibly can be with everything you do, and technology does that for us. So, even on the weekend work, we used to draw every formation and every play, and now you can put it in a computer, it'll spit out all the reports for you, and you have all the information just like that. So it's gotten us better. But, we have this talk, you see some of our assistant coaches got some young guys, and I had this talk with them the other day. They can help me and some of the older staff with technology, and we can help them tremendously from experience. I mean, it's because young guys, and I've got my son's young guy, he's 25, he's in the coaching world right now, and they got all the answers, until it gets tough, and then they want a little help. But I've got a great staff, and they really do a great job for us.
Logan, what position are you playing this year?
Offense or defense. I play both sides. Offense, I'm a slot, and defense, I'm a safety this year.
What are you most excited about for this football season?
Getting able to play all of our games. You know, COVID really hit last year, and
Yeah.
not able to play a few games, and that really mattered. I really want to play Magnolia last year, but we didn't. We didn't get a chance to. But
I really did. I mean, I felt bad for y'all because it would be like day of, like getting ready to load the bus
Right.
kind of deal, and
Brutal.
yeah.
Well, Logan, when you've got the choice, would you rather have the ball in your hand on offense, or would you rather be laying the wood on somebody on the defensive side?
I can't answer that question. I like both. I'm gonna do my best at both. You know, if I get the ball, I get the ball. If I get a fumble recovery or a pick, you know, great, good deal for the team. So
It's great. Here's the thing. He didn't tell you the truth. He's going to play wide out. He's going to play slot receiver. He's going to play some running back. He's going to play some quarterback and some package things. He's going to play all over the football field because he's a really, really good athlete. I've got to be smart with him because he's not the biggest guy in the world.
Right.
So I can't get him beat to death. But he's going to play a little bit of everything. Then on defense, he'll play both safety and corner. He's going to return kicks. He'll return punts. He's going to do everything. So he better get in shape. That's what I'm telling you.
You might have to remind Coach that he said that. He's not going to try to get you beat up.
Yeah. We'll try to take care of him.
And Jay, I don't know, Johnny's going to be a cover boy for us. He'll have, you know, I don't know have I even told you we're wrapping the wall.
I've seen it.
It's going to be cool. We're going to have a life-size cut of my man here. He's got the cool pose.
Yeah.
It's going to be fire.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
I'm honored to, you know, get recognized by you guys. And,
Well,
get
I
an
know
opportunity.
Coach Norton, he tells no lies when it comes to players, and he was right off the top. He was like, we got to do this guy.
That was a 3-year starter, and here's the most important thing that I think is a big deal. He's going to be a 3-year starting offensive line, and he's got outstanding grades. That's the reason that he's sitting up here or he's on that poster or whatever. I think he's a great representative of a student athlete, a guy that's handled his business the right way, and his grades are at the top of it. And I think that needs to be honored as much as athletic talent does sometimes with our kids that way. But kids understand how important that is.
Well, and that's good in this day and age because there's so many different things that can draw a kid's attention that's not necessarily positive. And what I've seen with young men like you is you become that coach outside of practice because those younger classmen are watching you and seeing how you're doing things. So it's commendable that Coach Norton, you know, ready to label you as that leader of the team.
We had that conversation this morning. Johnny came in the office. We had a bad practice yesterday. And, you know, everybody's going, what we do? Well, that happens every year. For 35 years, there's always a lull in two-a-day practices or fall camp practices. And that was the same answer I just said. Lead every day. And I challenge our seniors, you know, if all of our seniors go out there and work extremely hard, have great energy, everybody will. But if you go out there kind of halfway through it, they're going to do the same thing. So, But I think these guys are great. They're great representatives of our football team. And I could be more proud. They're going to have both these guys will have great years this year.
Well, Coach, August 27th is coming up quick. Got Paris on it. How excited are y'all?
I can't wait.
I'm really excited just to get back on the field. I like hitting, so I'm excited to, you know, get out there with my new offensive line and just work as a team and do great, hopefully. I feel really good about it, and I'm just excited to, you know, get another opportunity to play.
One thing I like about you, Coach, man, you aren't scared to play nobody. I'm sitting there looking at the schedule, and you got some really great teams on here.
Yeah, we do. We've got some good schedule. I think it's a really good schedule. And we'll find out about ourselves. I think the thing with this football team that's going to be different a little bit, that schedule's going to challenge us. Number one, I think Paris is like 6 or 7.
I think they're like 3 in Division 1,
well, no, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. But no, they're highly ranked. Texas High is ranked high now in 5A. Well, they're in Division 2 now in 5A. And Mount Pleasant, the guy told me the other day it's the best Mount Pleasant senior class they've had in forever.
I've heard that,
What we've got to do is manage. We've got to worry about the Razorbacks and get better every week. We're going to play a lot of young guys. We're going to play a lot of young. There's a lot of sophomores. They're going to be talented. The great thing about these guys is they have experience. They've been there. They know what it's like. They know what it is. Those young guys, they think they're cool right now, but their eyes will be that big around the first time we snap it. But they'll do great. But we'll have to grow them up, and that's going to be some challenges early to get to that. So
Well, Logan, be ready. They got an SEC receiver at Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
And
I look forward to it.
He doesn't look like a high school player at all.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody needs to check this kid's birth certificate.
Wow.
He's huge. I'm assuming he's still there.
There'll be some good challenges there, I'm sure. The thing on football is if you can grow a team and get them better every week, that's what you're looking for. Now, when you can go win every one of them and get better every week, that's really fun. But we've got to make sure we're focusing on what's going to get us down the road. We want to win a conference championship again. We want to win a state championship. So what we've got to do is make sure we're ready when we get to week. Ideally, you'd be playing well and winning get the conference, and really kind of hit your stride, and it's going to the playoffs playing the best you can.
Yeah.
That's the secret to championship football.
I mean, I honestly believe if you go back and coach, you've been doing this 35 years, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But these teams that are playing these tough schedules, week 1 through week 5, like they're playing the best competition they can possibly play, and they may not win but one game, but you're probably going to win district because you've already been through the toughest teams you're going to play, and those teams typically do deep runs in the playoffs.
Yeah, they do. You have to be able to maintain your confidence. I mean, through it all.
Yeah.
That's why you have to have a focus on you and not what that scoreboard says every time. And I think if you'll take care of your business every week, if you practice the right way, you prepare the right way, you play as hard as you can, play as a team, the scoreboard will take care of itself.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then you'll continue to get better. And if you don't, you can't go out there and all of a sudden you look up and you're 2-3 and you got your head down and you're sitting with your lips stuck out pouting about something. So you've got to be a tough, mentally tough football team.
That's when you call D Queen to come play.
That's not nice.
I'm joking.
Yeah, no.
I don't know anything about D Queen. That was just what popped in my head.
Yeah.
Kind of. Anyway, best of luck to you guys this season, man. Congratulations on the state championship. Ring looks amazing. And go get another one this year in football.
We're going to attempt it.
Last year I thought was a year. I just hate that you just didn't have enough experience.
Yeah.
You just know, not players, but just games.
Yeah.
How many games did you end up playing? 5?
Played 8 games total.
Well,
3 playoff
I'm way
games.
off.
No, we played 5 regular season,
Okay,
3
all right,
playoff games. But no, it wasn't, and I think that it did hurt us. The lack of play and hurt us throughout the year. The big thing is we didn't play back-to-back weeks until the playoffs. So it was a miserably long year trying to practice and do all those things. And but that was the hand dealt to us. We're going to play it. And if it happens this year, we're going to do the same thing. Hopefully we'll learn from it and be better. But we're looking forward to it. I'm ready to go play football with these guys and coach them all year and see how far we can go.
You got a scrimmage coming up?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Hey,
okay.
one more thing if I got a couple seconds.
Sure.
The guy you had on here a while ago, Brandon Washington, played for me.
Yep.
He played Sam linebacker for us on our state championship team. One of the all-time great leaders as a football player. He coached them hard, and when he wasn't in, he coached his team. He's one of the best teammates, one of the best leaders I've ever seen in high school, and I think that's why, I don't know how, B-Dub's got to be 36.
36, yeah.
Yeah, he's 36 now. He's a vice president of the college. Superstar. If everybody'd be like that one, we'd all be good.
I somehow remember playing against him. I knew exactly who he was when I saw him.
Great kid, great player. Great kid.
Yeah. Well, Coach, man, we always a pleasure having you on. Whenever you get done with coaching, we'd love to have you help us out with game day.
All right. Then I can critique everybody at that point.
I've learned coaches don't like to be critiqued. That's what I found. So be careful with that.
Well, I appreciate y'all having us on, and thanks for recognizing the Razorbacks tonight.
Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. We'll be right back.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Bolt in Texarkana.
All right, welcome back here. It's Wednesday at Walk-Ons, and we are taken over by the Arkansas High Razorbacks, and now we've got Miss Megan Brown and our cheerleader squad with us. Megan, welcome to the show tonight.
Thank y'all for having us.
And so we've got Mahogany Roberts with us right down there. You know, cheerleaders, they know the way when you call their name. And then we've got Jackson Davis, who's a sophomore right here beside me, and then we've got, let's go ahead and get everybody's name. What's your name? Brenna. All right, and then who else? We got Shelby with us, and so we want to make sure we get.
This guy right here.
Yeah, and then we got. What do y'all call?
He is Rowdy Red.
Rowdy Red.
Rowdy
Also
Red. Also Trip Wilson.
Okay, all right. Well, we appreciate y'all for being on here, and so, Megan, take it away. Tell us a little bit about what the cheerleaders have going on right now, getting ready for the upcoming football season.
We just got through with about 2 weeks worth of work. The first week it was focusing on 6-hour practices. Learning new material, improving material we already have, and then we have our team pictures, getting ready for the program, and then we did 2 days worth of teaching our middle school. So that also, even though it helps our middle school, it also helps them kind of get more comfortable, just because the job of being a cheerleader is not just doing the material, kind of getting a social aspect of it all and teaching and learning to connect with people too. So right now I'm giving them a break for this week while teachers are in service, but next Tuesday we hit the ground running, and it's not going to stop for a while.
Yeah, and so I know y'all do a lot of work. I came up to the school one day last week or something, and y'all were up there early in the morning working already. And so what's the schedule like for a cheerleader?
Right now, like I said, we're off this week, but during the season, we practice every single day. Last period, we continue on a little bit after school ends. I actually have a lot of girls and guys that might do different activities. I have a couple in bands, I have a couple in sports, so we share those equally, but they do practice every day. And then we do events. So like tonight we're here, tomorrow we're at Hall County, Monday we're at Meet the Teacher, Tuesday they're starting, and then football games start. So
I see you smiling down there. I want to know what is Hog Howdy. What is?
That's why I'm smiling. I want to know.
Okay.
Hall County is just like our freshman orientation.
Okay.
So we use cheer, breadline, band, all that to like welcome them. So it's more of a big, instead of just coming in and getting your schedules, introducing them to the traditions, just talking to them about how things kind of work. And we use them to kind of show people.
Probably eases them in and makes it a little more fun, because I know, as a freshman, you're probably scared to death walking in that high school.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, how many people do you have on the squad total this year?
We have 17 members of our varsity team, and then we have 17 members of our JV team.
Okay.
And that's a little bit different. We usually have 3 squads, and I decided to conjoin JV and freshmen, and it's more of our freshman team now, but allowing sophomores the opportunity to be on varsity.
Okay.
Because we were having some really good talent coming up, and I wanted them to be able to cheer. We don't have as many JV games, so I wanted them to continue to get experience. And so he's a sophomore, they're juniors and seniors, so it lets them be a little bit more ready for game day, and they're not a little bit more shocked.
Yeah.
So 17 of them, 17, and then 1 mascot.
So, question for you two: what are you most looking forward to this coming up season? What's your favorite?
rallies.
Pep rallies. Okay. You didn't have pep rallies last year, right?
Not at all.
That seems to be the popular choice when I ask, cheerleaders or drill team, what's your favorite part, or what are you looking forward to? It's the pep rallies.
Yeah, I love like the dances that we do, and we're supposed to be doing like a throwback pep rally. I'm so ready for that uniform.
Shut up.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Okay, I'm gonna need to know the date of that pep rally, and I'm going.
Yeah.
It'll be homecoming, actually.
Oh, good. What about you?
I think I'm mostly looking forward to being able to bond with the team and be with them every day, because then again, it's like my second family, and just being able to be together and build.
You're together enough, that's for sure, huh?
So for you two, don't look at Coach Brown when you say this, okay?
Oh.
Just kind of do this. But on a scale from 1 to 10, how hard is she?
A 10. No, I'm just playing. She's very
11?
easy to work with.
We'll go with 11.
Very much
Like
breaking
I
the
said,
skills here.
No, I mean, you want your coach to be tough on you. I feel like it makes you stronger.
No, she's very
Yeah.
sweet though, and she makes sure that we does things right and make sure things go as planned. And like, let me tell you, I'm one of those cheerleaders that are late to events. She's the number one. Where are you at? And I'm just like, I'm on the way.
Well, not this year though. This is the year you're going to be on time,
yeah, this
right?
is the year I'm changing. It's my senior year. I got to do
last
right by
year.
her. Look,
Now I'm going to be on time.
Got to do right by her.
And now I don't know if you know, but I'm sure they do. But Megan was a collegiate cheerleader.
Dancer.
She was a. Now, were you cheered too, didn't you?
I cheered in high school, and I did a thing called NCAA staff. So I got a little bit of both, but I was a competitive dancer growing up too. So when I went to Arkansas, the Pom Squad, they kind of look like cheerleaders still, but they're dancers. But you still get the aspect of cheering. So like we still like followed along with.
But weren't you a Diamond Doll?
No, a RBI.
Oh, a RBI doll. I'm sorry. Where did I get Diamond Doll from?
There is Diamond Dolls.
Who is that?
They sell like programs
Okay.
and do all that
okay.
stuff.
RBI girl. RBI girl. That's what I meant.
Girls.
What is an RBI girl?
So Arkansas. I'll let you tell. Go ahead.
Okay, this is an Arkansas. Okay, I was like, I'm never
yeah.
heard of that.
So the University of Arkansas. So I was on the Pom Squad, but when we did baseball season, it was we were called the RBI girls, and we danced on the dugout. So it's like a flat surface because the baseball fields are down, or the baseball dugouts are down. So you'd run down and you just do like a minor dance. It's a little bit more of just like entertainment.
Yeah.
So yeah, he loses points for calling us the Diamond Dolls.
We're kicking him off the show.
Yeah.
I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But no, they come down with the mascots and stuff between innings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the cool things about Baum Stadium in Fayetteville. So.
All right.
And I try to teach them that. I'm trying to like show them how much fun that stuff can be. Because it is a lot of time commitment. So I almost, and when I start the year, I tell them, like, I would hold you to a standard that I was held at in college. And that might seem extreme, but it prepares you if that's what you want to do at the next
absolutely.
level. But it also just prepares you for
Otherwise, it could be a shock because you go from this, high school to, college or professional, and you're like, holy crap, what did I get myself into?
So I make even, like, we were always known for wearing red lipstick, usually a face hog. I didn't really make them this time. So every time they have their uniform on, they have to wear red lipstick, except for Jackson. And I have another boy, too, named Josh. So they don't have to wear a red lipstick. But.
Now, question, what is your favorite part about Friday nights? Favorite part of the game?
Halftime, or either I just love the game in total because I'm a very much football fan and I love football, was raised on football, so I love to see the boys play and what they have to bring.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to do great this season, so I'm just ready for any football game except for my last. So yeah.
Oh, I know. What about you?
I think mostly is prepping for game day and making the signs, getting the cheers ready, figuring out what order we're going to be in. I feel like that's my favorite.
Now, do you have any traditions that you do pregame or anything that really just pumps you up, gets you ready?
Well, varsity, we have made this own thing where we have this chant, and it goes like, ooh, it's time to get loud. It's time to represent Arkansas High. What time is it? Cheer time. So sometimes we do that, and that helps us get pumped and ready. And we just like practice stunts and practice cheers, making sure everybody is together.
Okay.
Fun fact, too, which they have not actually got to experience a varsity football game. I have 5 seniors, I think 6 or 7 juniors, and 5 sophomores. And so because of the way our squads used to be set up, it was only junior and seniors. So juniors and sophomores are now coming up as varsity cheerleaders. So I only have 5 that have gotten to cheer at a varsity game.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be pretty new for them. I mean, it's still kind of the same setup, just on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm going to have to tell them that running from the football players is a sport.
Yes.
When they come out that
when
paper.
they come out of the
I've been on sidelines before, like for game day, and I'm like, this is dangerous. Like, I'm going back up in the press box.
And not only that, but like the football players will mess with us and poke holes through it to make it look like they're running out. And so we all just be like giddy and ready to go. So we
All right, so Coach Brown, when is the first game?
August 27th against Paris.
And is
Paris.
At Paris? So what's the first home game? I know what it is, but I want you to tell everybody what it is.
It's Arkansas versus Texas.
And it's at Arkansas High.
Yes.
So we can expect for the cheerleaders to be ramped up and ready.
Yes, they will be ready.
Okay.
All right. Well, we look forward to coming out. I think right now, at least, we are planning on it to come out and do live stream the game, and so we hope that continues to be on the schedule or whatnot. But we appreciate you for being on here. Great guest, Mahogany and Jackson. We appreciate you. Miss Brown, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And so we appreciate you girls and
Rowdy Red.
Rowdy Red. Okay, I was just calling Rowdy Razorback. Rowdy Red for showing up. I know it's hot and you're ready to get out of that, but we appreciate you and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, and so we're going to take a short break. Then we're going to be back with some more Arkansas High Razorback football players right after this.
I'm Dr. Matt Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. We have expanded to increase our outstanding services for our community. We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are a full-service emergency department and are now offering inpatient services and outpatient imaging. Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, real ER without the wait, where your hometown physician owners are always here for you.
All right, welcome back. It's Wednesday at Walk-Ons, and we're taking over by some Razorback Red tonight. I see some administration pouring in the building. We've got Coach Norton over here getting ready for some chips and dip, and we've got some other guys with us right now. Guys, welcome to the set.
Hey, thanks.
We have got one of the Coach Mortons with us right now. Coach, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Coach Tyler Morton. I'm the defensive coordinator at Arkansas High School.
And then you've also got your brother, is that right, that works with you?
That's right. Andrew is our O-line coach and co-offensive coordinator.
Okay, and so you're up first before he gets up here. Do you want to claim being best looking or mama's favorite boy or anything before he comes up?
I don't know about that. Maybe a little wiser because I'm older.
Okay,
you know?
Okay, all right. Then we've also got Anton sitting beside me right now at number 7. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell everybody what position you play?
My name is Anton Harper. I play wide receiver, DB, corner, and, I'm just here.
You're an athlete.
Yeah, good athlete.
Anywhere they want you.
Yeah, for real.
All right.
Basically.
All right, and then we got Mr. Darius down there wearing number 37. What position do you play?
I play defensive end and wide receiver.
Okay. All right. And tell everybody your full name. I just called you by your first name.
I'm Darius Hill.
Darius Hill. And what year are y'all in school? You're a sophomore or senior?
Senior.
Senior?
Both these guys are seniors.
Both seniors.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now, Anton, I'll let you answer this one first, and then Darius, you can come on.
All right.
What would you rather be doing? Would you rather be carrying the ball or laying the wood?
I like carrying the ball. I like carrying the ball.
I know that's right.
For real.
What about you?
I like to lay wood.
Yeah?
I'm a hitter.
All right. Okay. I'm the same way you are. I mean, hey, girls like when you score a touchdown.
No, for real.
So, yeah. I mean, big hits, get your name called, but, in the paper when you're scoring all those touchdowns, you ever watch Friday Night Lights?
Yeah.
Booby Miles, baby. Booby Miles. So, Coach, give us a little update. You said you're defensive coordinator. Is that right? Okay. I didn't want to call you what your brother is. So, defensive coordinator, give us a little rundown on how your defense looks, who you got coming back or don't have. Just kind of give us a rundown on the Razorback defense.
Yeah, so we got 3 starters coming back on the D-line. We got Christian Torres at our strong side defensive end. He's going to be a really good player, 3-year starter for us. Big, 6'4", 5, about 260. Really good player. Patrick Hall is going to be our 3 technique. Pat is also a 3-year starter. Started some games as a sophomore for us. Pat's about 6'2", 310. And then Darius is a returning starter at defensive end from last year. Good open side player for us. Plays some linebacker in our 3-4 stuff. Really good pass rusher. At linebacker, we don't have any returning starters. We got some guys that played some. Our Mike linebacker, Ladarius Allen, can be a senior. Also plays some tailback for us. And then got Got a couple of young guys. Tristan Powell's going to be our will linebacker. His dad, Ronnie, played in the NFL for the Cleveland Browns. So I think he's going to be a really good player before it's all said and done. You know, he's 6'1", 200 pounds as a sophomore. And then we're trying to figure our nickel star spot out. And then in the secondary, we got Ricky Williams coming back, returning all-state safety for us at free safety. He's right here tonight with us. And then Logan's the other safety. And then we got a couple of young sophomores at corner, and then Anton at corner as well. And other guys in the mix. But we feel good about it. We got a little ways to go, but we've always played good defense. We're going to find a way this year.
But if I'm a young linebacker and I've got a couple of 300-pound guys in front of me, I'm probably going to be pretty good.
No doubt.
You know, I know just having that type of men to get out of the way definitely going to free up those linebackers.
No doubt. And Patrick being the starter at 3 technique, you know, he's 300 pounds, but we got, you know, at the nose spot, junior Brendan Shorter is about 305 himself. We roll Johnny in there some. Johnny's 295. We got another big guard, Miles McVay's about 6'3" or 4", 312. I mean, we can eat some gaps up when we need to and let these guys run, you know, so.
So what's y'all's base front? Y'all run a 3 or a 4?
Well, we're multiple. We base out of a 4-2-5. It's a nickel defense, you know. So, but we'll play some 3-4 stuff, and you name it. We zone coverage, man coverage, a little bit all of it. So
Good. And so, Anton, you know, you said you played all over the field.
Yes, sir.
So, what's your favorite position?
Receiver.
Receiver.
Yeah,
okay.
receiver.
Good answer. And so, you're a senior, so what's been a game so far? And I know last year is kind of skewed because of COVID and all, but what's been a game that stuck out in your mind through your football career so far that you remember?
I really don't know.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay, let me ask you a little easier
Is there
one.
a game that you've circled for this year?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah. I just want to, you know, be the best receiver out here.
And so is there a game on your schedule that you're ready for more of that game than this year?
Texas High.
Texas High?
Yeah, that's what I'm ready for.
You know, we're kind of baiting them into
no
this,
doubt. Everybody's going to say Texas High.
Texas High.
That seems to be
Hey, but the good thing about the
answer.
Texas High game is this year it's where?
Home.
It's at home.
Yeah, it's home.
That's right. So we hope that everybody watching or anybody that looks at the schedule come out and make sure you support not only for all the home games, but that's a big game. You know, that's a big game for the town.
Always
it's a big
is.
game for the community, and so you know, a lot of pride in that game, at least locally. And so,
no doubt.
Is there another game other than Texas High that you're looking forward to?
Lakeside.
Lakeside.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Why so much Lakeside?
Because they stole the conference champion for us.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have it.
I got you. And so you're going to get a little revenge this year, right?
Yes, sir.
And those are good games to circle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, Coach, just off the top of your head, do you remember which home games y'all do have this year, who you're playing for those games?
Yeah, so our first home game is versus Pine Bluff Dollar Way. Texas High, then Pine Bluff Dollar Way.
Right.
And then we got Magnolia at home as our opening conference game. We'll have Lakeside at home. We'll have, I believe, Hope at home. I think it's 5 games we'll have at home. Yeah.
And Magnolia's supposed to be pretty salty this year,
you know,
aren't they?
they run the flex bone triple option, so it makes it hard on you getting a week defensively. They got a really good slot and a big fullback, and the coach there does a really good job there, and it'll be a good game, you know. So
that's where I was before I went to Lakeside, and but that's where I was, and we had just put that flex bone in, which it was under another coach then. But man, coaching it was not a lot of fun because there's just not a lot you could do, but it's hard to stop. I know you're a defensive guy. I mean, it looks so simple, but it's difficult to defend.
In option football, it's everybody do your job, and that's defense in general. But if somebody takes the dive and the quarterback, hands it off and he's out down the seam, you got to be able to play responsibility football. And if somebody didn't have dive quarterback pitch, you're in trouble. Especially when they got some horses like they do, and they get on the edge with some of those slots, and it can be hard tackling in space and like I said, you don't see it, so it's very difficult to prepare for in a week, So
Well, it sounds like you've got some depth at the defensive line position.
We do.
And so does that go back into the backfield as well? I mean, how many total kids did y'all have come out during the summertime?
So we've got about 50 varsity kids. Our numbers are down a little bit, but it's a lot of quality kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of fluff. A lot of the guys that are out there practicing right now, they're going to be helping us in some capacity, maybe special teams, offense, defense. We've got to get in great shape because we don't have a ton of depth in the skill position, but we'll be fine. We've got some good young guys that are coming on, so we'll be okay.
Awesome. And so you two guys are seniors. I'm gonna give you the spotlight for about 10 seconds. Okay.
All right.
Now make sure you don't say anything crazy. But if you want everybody at home to know about the upcoming season, what do you have to tell everybody?
Go Bears.
Just come out, support.
Come out and support. Yep. Yeah. What you got for us?
Hey, you feel me? We finna go out there. We finna ball. You know what I'm saying? So all I gotta say is that just come out and support, like he said.
Yeah. And so come out and support your local athletes. All around Texarkana, but come out to Arkansas High, fill it full of Razorback Red. And I think the first home game is, do you know the date of the Texas-Arkansas game?
It's the 3rd of September, I think.
Okay, so we're getting ready. It's coming pretty soon. And so check your schedules. Go over to and check out the TASD website and check out the athletic page and look at the home and away schedule for the Arkansas High Razorbacks. Coach, we appreciate you for being with us.
Hey,
Good luck this upcoming
us.
season. Guys, much success in your senior season. We appreciate you for being with us. Great job tonight. And so we hope that it carries over onto the field.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
We're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back with more football. We got band. We got administration. We got red line coming up. It's all about the Arkansas High Razorbacks tonight. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back here with Texarkana Gameday.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
All right, welcome back. It's Wednesday night, and we're taken over by Arkansas High tonight. It's Razorback Red all through walk-ons, and so we are joined by the band. You have heard them twice so far, the drum line outside, and so a very fantastic job.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to take just a second and let the band director for Texarkana Arkansas School District introduce himself, and then also if you'll introduce these two guys with you.
Sure. My name is Richard Eckstein. I'm the head band director at Arkansas High School. And to my left here is Spencer Green, and he's one of our drum majors at the high school band. And on the other side, we have Jamal Anderson, and he is our high school drum captain.
All right. Well, we sure appreciate y'all for being here. And Jay, does that not fire you up?
The percussion in a band is what does it for me.
I mean, one of the things I coached for 8 years, and one of the things that fired me up the most was hearing them play the national anthem. I don't know why. To me, it meant it was game time. But the bands where I coached at, they would march in and play. And I don't know if y'all do the same thing or go around the track or whatever. But man, when you heard the drum line coming, you knew that it was time.
Yeah.
And so that means it's game time. And so, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the band? Y'all had competitions and other stuff. I don't know what you've cut off because of COVID. Just kind of give us a rundown on the band.
Well, actually, last year we had a lot of competitions despite COVID.
Okay.
Some things we had to send in a recording for concert contests, and we actually did the marching band contest as well, and we did that at our stadium, and the judges came to judge us at the stadium. And every event that we were at last year, we got the first division ratings, which signifies first place. And so we were really successful in all that we did last year.
That's great. And so I always ask, and nobody from the band wants to tell, but what's your plan for the halftime show this year? Can you tell?
Oh yeah, we can tell.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have a big competition drill that we're going to perform, and it's called Angels and Demons, and it features like the good versus the bad. And so it's a really exciting musical arrangements, and we've already started working on those over the last 2-3 weeks, and I think it's going to be a real exciting show. I think the kids are going to be real excited about that, too. What do you think about that, Spencer?
I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
And so you're a drum major, is that what?
Yes,
and
sir.
you are the
Drum captain.
Okay, I want to make sure I call you by your proper terms. And so,
So are y'all the good or are y'all the bad?
Yes.
Both of them?
That's
Actually,
what I was about to ask.
The show starts with the good.
Yeah.
So we have 4 songs in the performance show, and the first 2 songs one's called Corral and Hallelujah, and the second song is called The Journey of Man. It's a real pretty, beautiful thing, angelic. And then the third piece is called Ka, Battlefield, and it's like from Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
And it features a lot of really aggressive, exciting music.
Yeah.
And then the last tune is called Night Watch, and it kind of brings everything back together.
Well, share with us what it takes to get to that point, because a lot of people, and I think they're misinformed, they don't understand that it's not just football that shows up to do 2-a-days.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit of just about what y'all have done so far and what y'all will do until the first game and the first performance.
We started on July 26th. Well, we actually had 2 practices in June, 1 in July, and we started in July 26th, going every weekday from 8 to 12 in the morning. We usually do most of the marching between 8 and 10 o'clock or so, and then when it gets really warm, then we go inside and work on our music more. And so it's a very intense amount of practice that they're doing.
So when I think of, are you calling it good and evil? Well, tell me what you said again.
Angels and Demons.
Okay. Angels and Demons. When I think about that, I think about like AC/DC. Is there not like you're not going to throw in any Hells Bells at the end or
nothing like that? But it kind of has a lot of rock elements in it in places.
I got you. So, what's been your favorite part? Are you a senior this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so you've had a couple years of being a part of the band. Have you been here the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a
started
veteran.
in 6th grade.
A veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's been your favorite part about being in the band? It's a little different aspect than when we talk to, as far as someone playing football or whatnot. They don't get 7 years of that. They only get 3 or 4 at the most. But you've been here 7 years. What's been kind of your favorite thing?
My favorite part has always been putting on a show for everybody.
Yeah.
And just being able to go on the field, show off a little bit.
Yeah.
And just making sure everyone has a great time.
Well, you want to show off your skills. I mean, it's just like football players or whatnot. Y'all work so hard to put on a show. You do want to go out and put on something for people that buy that ticket to say, no, man, that was worth going to see.
Yes,
and
sir.
so What about you? You're the drummer over here, and I saw you out there beating on those drums. I mean, you were doing it pretty good. So tell us a little bit about, first off, how difficult was it to learn to play the drums that way?
Well, see, I was originally a saxophone player, and I've been playing saxophone for 7 years, and I've been in percussion for 2.
Yeah.
So going into playing drums wasn't that hard since I had experience with music already, but it's definitely a lot of techniques and a lot of repetition to get to the point where you can play really difficult pieces.
So is it different from playing drums like in a band? Like you see a country singer or whoever in a band, you're playing a certain type of drum. Your drums are not like that. What kind of drums do you have?
Tenors.
Tenors. Okay. And so if someone went out and bought a drum set, what are those called? I mean, is there a certain name for them or just a
drum set?
Just a drum set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes called a kit, drum kit.
Okay. All right. And so y'all wear those things, right?
Yeah.
So how heavy are they? I mean, because you're not that big of a guy. I mean, but those things have got to be pretty heavy.
Yeah, at first you put it on, it's like, it's not too bad. I can walk with this, but you're outside for practicing for like 45 minutes. Your back starts to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that he makes all of the halftime show. Man, come on.
It's probably
I'm going from the 50 to the 25 back to the 10 to marching around it.
It's probably about 30 or 40 pounds almost.
Yeah, so did you start out playing the tenor, or did you start out with a snare?
I started playing the bass drum first.
Okay.
They needed somebody to help, and I was like, I can. So I played the bass drum. Then the guy who was playing the tenors graduated, and they needed somebody else. So,
what I've noticed since I've been, I guess, paying attention to the band is the impact that they can have on a particular game. And I know that sometimes during the game, y'all have a little more freedom to maybe play what you want to, when you want to. And in my opinion, and I'll argue this till I die, I think that the better band is worth 4 points in a football game. Just in how loud they are and whether they can make someone jump off sides or maybe they can miss a call. How much fun do y'all have actually during the game and rooting on your team and being able to possibly influence a play or two?
Oh, it's awesome at the football games. I love it. I love being loud and cheering and trying to make somebody jump or things like that. It's really fun during the football games.
And so what about for you?
It's always been the bus trips, and also, we're always starting off the football games with the national anthem, and we're always ending it with the alma mater. So that's the first and the last thing people hear at every game.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that, it almost feels out of sync.
So do you get to wear a different uniform than everyone else? Since you're up there, because you're up there on, I don't know, what do you call it, a podium or a ladder or something like that, and you're up there and you're helping the band directors, right?
Yes,
Isn't that right?
Well, whenever we go out on a show, especially for competitions, directors can't help at all. It's all student-led.
I got you. So do they ever let you wear the big feather in the front and then let you run out like, and I'm sure there are other bands, but I've only seen LSU that did it to perfection, and I'm not an LSU fan. But the LSU guys, they'd come out, they'd lean way back, and they had these things, and they led the band out, and it was a show. Did they ever let you do that?
No, we haven't done that.
We're going to talk to him about that. So get ready. Start jogging the neighborhood because we're
we don't have one of those hats.
We're going to let you run all the way down the field and lead the band out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, at the beginning of our show, we have some color guard members running in, so it'll be similar to that kind of attitude.
Well, look, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. Everybody make sure you go out and support the band. Y'all do some other stuff as well, like concession stand and things like that as well to raise money. Is that right?
That's true. The band boosters at our Arkansas High School does all the concession stands for every athletic event.
Okay. And so come out to all of the home games and away games that Arkansas High is playing this year. Come and support your band. Watch the halftime show. We're ready to see the halftime show. I'm sad there's no AC/DC in there, but I still think it's going to be pretty good.
It'll be awesome.
So we appreciate you three for joining us. Hope you all the success in the upcoming football season. And after football season, what's next?
Well, we have a lot of things as part of our band program. We have a jazz band that performs, and they've been really successful. They've won a lot of contests over the years. And actually, we're having them on September 6th. We're playing at the Hot Springs Jazz Festival. We were invited to play there.
Okay.
And then we go right into a concert season where kids can try out for the all-region and all-state band, as well as concert season where we get judged on our performances. So it's a busy year all the way through.
All right, well, fantastic. Is there anywhere that they can go and find out information about the band?
We have a TASD Band Web Booster, TASD Band Booster website on the internet, and we also have a TASD Band Booster page on Facebook.
Okay, all right. So make sure you go out and check out Facebook. Go over to TASD on their school website. Look up on the tabs and get to know what's going on the band, and make sure that you support your local bands. Come out and see them at halftime and playing the national anthem and the alma mater before and after the game. So, guys, we appreciate you for being here. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with some more Red Line football players and administration right here live at Walk-Ons.
Ago, Samantha had to raise her hand to leave the classroom. Just like that, she had to decide her future. She knew she wanted to go to college, but she wasn't ready to choose her major. So she enrolled at Texarkana College. At a fraction of the cost of a university, Samantha can start on her basics while she decides what she wants to do with her future. Start here at Texarkana College.
All right, it's Wednesday, and we're back at Walk-Ons. We're taken over by the Razorback Red. We've got Arkansas High School Razorbacks with us tonight. We've had Coach Norton on. We have had what we were told is the favorite son of the family.
That's exactly right.
But we have the other Coach Morton with us on here. And then we've got a couple other people with us. So what I'm going to do is, because we've got a couple new faces, I'm going to start down here with this lovely coach at the end. I'm going to let him introduce himself to that camera right there. Tell everybody in Texarkana who you are.
My name's Benson Jordan. I got hired in July, and I'll be coaching the quarterbacks and be co-offense coordinator with Andrew, who's our O-line coach. So happy to be here.
Right next to him, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, I don't need no introduction, but my name is Ricky Williams, DB, receiver, anything, athlete, all around.
I got you. And we got Coach Morton here.
Yeah, Benson already basically introduced me, but I'm Andrew Morton, coach the offensive line and co-offensive coordinator with Benson.
All right, and then down here beside me, wearing number 14.
Yes, sir, I'm Christian Stewart, and I'm the field goal kicker, kickoff, and punter.
Okay, so we brought the kicker in the house.
It's the most important
Really
guy on the
good.
team.
That's exactly what I was about to say. If you want to know the truth, no other team brings the kicker.
Hey,
so
it's important.
But I did bet $50 last year on a game that the kicker was going to win the game for him, and I won it. Not on Arkansas High, so it wasn't high school athletics. Everybody at home, don't be trying to call in to the superintendent and tell him I was betting on high school games. But no, I really did. So Coach Morton, we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit. I know you're co-offensive coordinators. Tell us who you got coming back, who you don't have, kind of how the offense is looking so far.
We're very fortunate because our offensive line is going to be one of our strongest units, and we got 2 seniors that are anchoring that group. Johnny Murphy, he was on earlier, he talked. He's going to be our left tackle. And then interior, Miles McBay, he couldn't be here tonight, but he's going to be a center guard. We're still trying to figure out the rotation, but we're going to be able to run the ball very effectively. And then Coach Jordan's been doing a great job with the quarterbacks. So I think we'll have a very efficient and effective offense.
I got you. Coach, coming in, being new to the school district, just getting your hands, dirty with the Razorbacks. How's the quarterback core looking?
We've got a good one. Leighton Lammers, he'll be a senior this fall. He's a good quarterback. He makes the right decisions, and he'll be a good leader for this football team, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm looking forward. He's done well the 1 month I have been here through summer workouts and the week and a half we've had a fall camp, but he's a good football player.
Awesome. And so do you just coach the quarterbacks or –
Well, if you coach quarterbacks, you have a hand with receivers and running backs. So Andrew and I will get in there with the backfield with fullback and running back, coach them up a little bit too. But whenever you're coaching the quarterbacks, you have a hand in helping receivers know where to be, when to be there, and all that stuff. So
Gotcha. Well, you've only been here for a short amount of time. What do you think about Texarkana so far?
I like Texarkana. Being at SAU for 5 years, this is where my wife and I would come to go out to eat and go to a movie or something to get out of Magnolia when we had free time. So Texarkana is a great place.
Yeah. And so a little background on you. You did some coaching over at SAU, and I've got my SAU shirt on.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Proud alumni.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Okay, but tell everybody about your coaching background.
Yeah, I played at Ouachita Baptist and then spent 5 years with Coach Keppel, who used to be the head coach here at Arkansas High back in the day. Spent 5 years with him there, and then got out and dipped my feet in the water with insurance, and then ended up Coach Norton gave me an opportunity, and I'm happy to be here. We've got a great staff and looking forward to winning a lot of ball games in the coming years.
We're glad that you're here. You look good in Razorback red, and so I know most people don't tell you that, but I'll tell you live for everybody to see. And so,
I appreciate it.
Guys, let's talk to you for just a minute. Or did you say you were a senior this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so we know COVID just ruined last season, but just over your football career so far, what's been your favorite moment now that you're a senior looking back?
I'd have to say it was my sophomore year. We were playing – what were we playing, our first round?
Talking about Maumelle?
Yeah, we were playing Maumelle our first round, and we were tied 20-20 going into the fourth quarter, and I kicked a 37-yard field goal, and that ended up winning us the game. It was definitely a memory I won't forget.
Did they dump the water on you and carry you off the field?
No, I wasn't that special.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when you're really good, they just kind of say, well, that's what he's supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're really good, you don't get carried off the field. They just carry people off when it's something they're not really supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like somebody accidentally makes a catch, or somebody winds up with an interception or a fumble, and they carry you off. But if you're supposed to do that, they're like, hey man, we appreciate you doing what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
So, what about you? What's been a favorite moment, a favorite game, maybe a favorite practice, something, just anything that sticks out in your head over your football career?
I've had a couple moments too, but like one that I won't forget, probably my sophomore year too. The Maumelle game, had the 2 top-ranked receivers in Arkansas. Had to go and lock them down. Shot it on cold like that. So.
Is this guy like this all the time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's very confident.
Laid back. Very laid back and confident.
I got you.
Straight shooter.
Well, he told me he had some D1 offers when he was over here a little while ago. Come to find out, it was Texarkana College.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to let y'all know, though. I'm going to let y'all know.
Well, good deal, good deal. Well, guys, look, real quick before we go, just real quick, what game on the schedule are you looking for this year?
Probably the Camden game.
Okay.
Because, they just been tough. They always tough, though.
I got you. What about you?
Definitely Lakeside for me.
Lakeside. That's a good one to look for. You know, no one else has come up here today and said either one of those teams. Everybody's looking for Texas High.
Yeah, they worry about us. We're not worried about them.
Okay, fair enough.
We don't even look at them.
Fair enough. Well, guys, coaches, and players, we appreciate you for coming out tonight. We hope you much success. Coach, we appreciate it. Appreciate you coming out. Your first year here. We hope y'all have all the success in the world. I hope you two can get along for the whole season, calling plays together.
Yeah, we will. It's been fun.
But, man, we appreciate all of y'all for coming out tonight. Coach Norton, both Coach Mortons, Coach Jordan for coming out, and we just really appreciate the Arkansas High Razorbacks, and we look forward for a big season from them.
Yes, sir.
So it's conference championship or bust.
Hopefully.
We're going to get that. We're going to get that.
Always.
Well, look, guys, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with the Red Line and some administration from TASD. We appreciate the Arkansas High Razorbacks for being with us tonight. Go to their website. Make sure you check out their schedule. Catch a home game or an away game. And also look up, y'all got the Razorback Foundation. What is the Booster Club called?
I think it is the Razorback Foundation.
Okay, well, they've got a Booster Club. Go online and see if you can donate, help out the athletic programs around Arkansas High. And so we appreciate you guys for being here. We'll see you shortly down the road.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back here at Walk-Ons with more Arkansas High Razorbacks.
It did.
All right, welcome back. It's Wednesday, and we're at Walk-Ons, and we are taken over by the Arkansas High Razorbacks tonight, and we've got Coach Norton back with us. And, Coach, I'm going to let you introduce the biggest man in the building tonight, and he looks mean.
Well, he's not mean, but he is the biggest guy in here. Chris Kennedy, he's an offensive lineman. I'll tell you, young man's worked really hard for us. He played guard, played center. He's working in a bunch of different spots, but he's as big as he is, he's that good of a kid. So we're looking forward for him to have a great senior year. And I don't know if we have anybody that's more dedicated, that wants to do well, that's a better team guy than he is. So I'm proud of old Chris, and he's done a lot of good things for us.
Well, I think I shocked him with a story that I shared with him earlier about his mom and an uncle of his, but he definitely has some great genes.
No doubt.
His uncle was one of the leading running backs in lore of Pleasant Grove for a while, but great family. But Chris, tell us about what you've done this summer to get ready for this season.
Man, what have I done? I've been in the weight room, getting big every single day. I'm over there squatting on the rack, making sure I'm getting every single rep that I can, every single bench press that I can get, everything. Running hard.
I can see the look on Coach Norton's face.
Yeah.
And I just, when you're talking, I believe you by looking at his face. I mean, I believe that you're there every second that it's over.
He is. Did you miss a day this summer?
Only missed the first week.
Yeah, he was vacation, but he does. He comes in there and works every day. He's what you want to be. A kid that comes in, tries to be as good as you possibly can be, and he's done that. And like I said, I couldn't be more proud of him. And he is big now.
Yeah.
He's big, so
not only is he big,
Yeah.
but you got a big old ring that I know everybody at home
Yeah.
can see. What you got on there?
Big Fid.
Yeah, Big Fid.
So what is that from? Tell everybody at home what that is.
Big Fid. So when I was in 9th grade, I was playing the viola.
Yeah.
And then one of the coaches said, "Oh, I see you with that big fiddle."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just stuck.
So it just stuck.
So he's the fiddler. Yeah.
I got you. And
He's
then,
the
is
fiddler.
that a track ring? Is that what it is?
Yeah, track ring.
Okay. Well, man, it's
He
big.
was third leg of the 4x1.
Definitely.
Well, I heard that this year, if y'all win a state championship in football, coach was going to get you one that covered up. You had to put all 4 of your fingers in.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I hear.
They make them that way now. I've seen them.
It's banned in 46 states.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Man, let me ask you this. What do you love most about this game?
The contact. And then how much people's put into it. Like there's a lot that goes into football every single week. We have to watch film. We have to learn new plays. We have to see what the opponents do. It's just everything about it that I love it.
Yeah, I really do believe football is a game that prepares you for life.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally can take so many things I've done as an adult back to my first coach when I was in 2nd grade, back to football.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many lessons you can learn.
There's a guy here, a local guy here. I won't use his name because he may not want me to tell a story. That's made as much money as anybody. But I asked him how he did it one time. He said from football. He said when I was in high school football, he said, back in the day we wouldn't give you any water, and you're the salt tablets, no water, toughen up. And he said I learned to get knocked down. I had to get back up. I didn't have any choice. And I think there are so many good things. Football, and I'm just telling you, I told the team the first day, football is not fun except for game day.
Yeah.
Practice is hard. It hurts. And the fun, it's no fun unless you've worked really hard together as a team to accomplish that goal. And the fun's in the winning. So if we'll work really hard, we get to have fun, a few nights a year. But I think that's really important to learn, and to learn to work hard.
It's the most practiced, least played,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of, even as an employer now, when I was, working for other companies, I mean, those hard conversations, like you ain't gonna talk to me worse than Steve Gaddis ever talked to me. So it's hard. It's hard to hurt my feelings.
And Coach Norton's 110% correct. But I mean, it's just like he's talking about the practice not fun. The winning is. That's just like a job every day,
Yeah.
You may not love what you do every day, but the fun day is payday.
Yeah.
When you get to enjoy, you get to reap the benefits of what you put into it.
Yeah.
You go to work and you earn that paycheck, and then you get it. That's the fun part, And so I think it does, really, and get you ready for the outside world as well. I mean, there's so many things that you learn in high school football, working with other people and teammates and having people own you. Like, I know – I haven't been to a practice, but I know Coach Norton has owned you guys like white on rice. I mean, he has owned you.
He's calmed down a lot since a couple of years ago from what I've seen. I ain't seen him on Friday night yet. We'll see what happens on Friday night.
Speaking of those things, I think I don't think there's a better thing to teach that you have to make sacrifices for other than football. I really don't. I don't think and I love all sports. I love all of them. But football's just different. I mean, it really does require all 11 guys to get out there and do it. And there's just something special about it. And I think, old school guy, I don't like where we are in a lot of things in the world today because it's all centered around the individual. I don't think that's always great. I tell them all the time, you do it by yourself, you can sit on the porch when you're 7 years old and rock around, talk to yourself about how good you were.
Yeah.
Or if you do it as a team, you can spend that rest of that time with your, when you're 7, you can have friends over and you can talk about the fun that you had.
Yeah.
I don't know if you listened to Jimmy Johnson's speeches at the Hall of Fame. He talked about having a group of guys. I mean, they didn't celebrate enough together. It was always go back to work. But a bunch of them went down the Keys with him. They got on the boat and went out, and they talked about those days, how special it was, and how much fun they had. And you don't get to do that by yourself. If you do it, So I think there's guys like Chris. He's always going to be a great team guy. And, I can't be more proud of anybody than that.
If I was in corporate America for a long time, if you go to work for yourself every day, it's a long day. It's a longer life that you have to live. I mean, and transitioning to kind of what we're doing now, like I genuinely enjoy seeing other people succeed.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. I enjoy it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that comes right back to football. You should want to see your teammates succeed.
And Chris, so what's been we want to make sure that we pick your brain while we got you up here with you. But what's been a favorite thing of yours so far in your football career? A game, a practice, something that's happened? I mean, what's been something that sticks out in your mind that maybe one day you're going to look back and tell a story on?
Man, I really can't think of anything right now.
Yeah. Do you
it's
been a lot.
This one year we only got to play 5 games.
Yeah.
Because everybody was canceling on us and calling it COVID.
Yeah, you remember COVID? Yeah.
Nobody wanted to play us.
I remember being ready for. Matter of fact, there was a game we were finna play Hot Springs. It was going to be my first game starting, but then out of nowhere, I heard the game was canceled, and it took me by surprise. And I was locked in that whole entire week.
Yeah.
Ready for my first time starting, and then it's gone.
So what game are you looking for? And I know Coach is there, so he wants you to say every game. But looking at your schedule this year, is there one game that you pick out that you're really looking forward to?
Texas High.
Texas High. All right, Coach, if it means anything, not all of your guys said that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
There were people looking at Fairview, at Lakeside, at Texas High, at Magnolia. So I think you got a team that's ready for everybody.
I hope so. I wish they'd all said Parrish. That's the first one. Yeah, that's the next one we have. So, we do. I think you've got to look at it. I mean, there's always games that you mark when you kind of look forward to.
Yeah.
Something happened the year before, you want to do something, but the main focus we need to be is on us. I keep telling our kids every day, be the best we can be. The chips will fall where they are. We'll be fine, and that's what we're pushing for.
Awesome. Well, guys, we appreciate your time. We'll have one more segment with the Arkansas admin team, and best of luck this season.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Mm-hmm.
We are back at Walk-Ons, and we have the Red Line with us tonight. And Miss Wade, why don't you introduce some of the young ladies that we have with us tonight?
Okay, this is just part of the line that we have. We actually have 23 members of the line this year, and not everybody could be here tonight, but I do have my captain, Miss Callie Jo Brooks.
Hey.
And then I have one of my senior lieutenants, Mary Dowd.
Hello.
And then in just a minute, you will get to meet Miss Alexandria Johnson, who is my other senior lieutenant.
All right. So we sure do appreciate y'all for being here. We're so sorry about the wait. Like I told you on the phone, we try to keep things scheduled out, but I mean, it gets off course. So we appreciate you girls for being here, and I know it's hot. I saw y'all outside earlier. I think she was making y'all do push-ups or something outside, and so. But so Miss Wade, why don't you just tell everybody that's watching at home what Red Line is, what they do, just kind of all about Redline? Tell them what y'all are.
Okay, Redline is basically the dance team. So we perform. We're here to support the athletic, all of Arkansas High athletics, and we perform at pep rallies and football games, some basketball games. We do competitions during the fall, and then whatever other community events that we're needed at for the school.
Okay. And so y'all dance.
Yes, we're dancers.
So do you have kind of like the band? Do y'all have do y'all dance with the band at halftime?
We do. We do both. We have the band accompanies us for several songs throughout the football season at halftime. But then we also have other dances that we do, like for pep rallies and competition, that's with like regular recorded music.
So that was going to be my next question. Do y'all do competition?
We do.
So so y'all have a lot of different routines, and y'all
Yes.
can throw one out at any time.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Well, before we went on air, I know your husband, so I went down and talked with him a little bit, and I shared with you that I probably had some ignorance towards the young ladies who do dance and the hard work and all that's required. Tell us a little bit about when they start, and even more importantly, it takes that background probably since they were 4 or 5 years old doing dance even that far back to get to the point where they are today.
Well, we actually start our dance season as soon as the dead weeks are over with in July. We'll start doing some practices. We have a week-long camp that we do where they learn the majority of their dances. And then from then on, it's practice almost every day. Not every day, but almost every day. They practice a lot.
Bruises, blisters, tears, it's all there.
Yeah, they hate me some days. Jump splits are the death.
Later in life, they will appreciate it.
Jump splits are the death of them.
For sure.
Well,
if
girls,
you ever saw Jay Davis dance, you won't hate your coach.
That's right.
You're going to be so glad you were taught how to do it
exactly,
right.
because I'm not doing a jump split. I can promise you that. I've seen that performed, and it's not happening. Well, girls, tell us a little bit about your experience so far and what you like the most about the dance team.
I've grown up dancing, so dancing is something that I've always enjoyed. My favorite part about Redline is definitely football season. I love to be on the football field, and just with everybody else, this is my favorite part.
What about you, Miss Dowd?
Well, so I joined Redline last year as a junior and immediately just loved it, mainly because my favorite thing is the girls. And everybody is so nice, and we're definitely serious, but we do play around some. And so it's really fun to joke with them and to get ready with them, and overall it's just good vibes.
Now,
good
I don't know
energy.
how you can be serious with, how many did you tell me, 37?
23.
23, okay.
Yeah.
I thought, where did
Feels
I get
like
37 from?
Yeah, feels like
Okay, but 23, how can you be serious with 23 girls at the same time?
Well, they just know when
Are they
it's,
ever serious?
They are. I mean, they know when it's time to they know when it's
You
time
got
for
them whipped
business.
into shape.
They've got me figured out, I'm afraid. But
we know when to stop.
I mean, they know when I've reached my limit, so they know when to act right, when to have fun.
All right, well, good deal. Now, who else are we gonna have on?
This is Alexia.
Okay.
I'm going to hand off my headphones.
All
to
right,
her.
go right ahead. All right, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, tell everybody at home what your name is and what you do.
My name is Alexia Johnson, and I am one of the lieutenants for Redline.
Okay, and so are all three of y'all, do you have like titles? Are you lieutenant, president? I mean, what do you have?
We are lieutenants, and we have 2 other lieutenants, and then Callie is our captain.
Awesome.
She's QB1.
So are you the ringleader? So if anything goes down, we need to call you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's coach, and then you, lieutenants, and then everyone else. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure we get the chopper block down.
So how hard is it to make sure that you're being constructive whenever your particular, because y'all have squads amongst yourselves? I mean, when your squad maybe didn't perform and have a good practice, how are y'all able to balance that criticism and try to maintain that respect of the position that you have?
Well, I mean, it's all about balance, because you want to tell your team members, like, this is what we need to work on, but you don't want to come off as, like, authoritative necessarily or being mean. So it's just having good criticism that you need and a good relationship with your squad.
So is it kind of like that movie? What was that movie called? Was it Bring It On or something like that? Wasn't that a cheerleading movie? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So is it kind of like that when y'all have different squads? Are y'all battling each other, trying to see who's the best? Or y'all?
We did battle each other in laser tag. And that was a lot of fun.
Not exactly where I was going with this, but so what else do y'all do besides laser tag? I mean,
Well,
do y'all have other like team building activities?
That was our team bonding. We're having a swim party Friday.
Okay.
It's fun.
And what about just I know a lot of the dance teams. What type of community service that do y'all do on the Arkansas side?
We a lot of time give our support, and we show up to things and be active.
Yeah.
So y'all are just at the beck and call when the red line needs to go somewhere. You're there. There's nothing wrong with that.
So do y'all battle during the game, like with the other dance teams? Do y'all see them do their dance, and y'all are like, oh, no, Coach, call play number 3. We're fisting. This is our best one, girls. Get ready. Do y'all do that with the other teams? Or are y'all just like, oh, well, we do our own thing?
I mean, we know what we're doing. We know we're good. But I mean, if we see somebody else that's really good, we're just like, oh, wow. They did a really good job, but we're going to do good too.
So y'all don't ever think, oh, they don't know what's coming. We're fixing to show them. Y'all don't ever kind of get in that battle with them?
I mean, sometimes.
It's okay. It's just,
a little bit of that
it's just
feeling.
Texarkana watching. No one else from any other town is watching, but we just want to know so we can come out and like,
It can
pump
be
y'all up,
intimidating.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, and I know just from being a fan, not only do I want to win the scoreboard, but halftime's big too. And I mean, I now, especially since I had 2 daughters go through the dance teams, I now watch even closer. And at the end of halftime, I'll be like, "Yep, that school did better than the other." So, do y'all ever have that sort of rivalry going against the other teams, not just on the football field, but I mean, as far as between between schools and the dance teams?
I mean, we definitely, I wouldn't say there's like a rivalry, but it's kind of like under the table with Texas High. But I mean, Texas High is our big competitor.
Well, see, that's what I was trying to lead them into, Coach, is to tell me what's really going on under the table. But see, they were just like, no, nothing.
They have to keep it graceful. They have to keep it,
Good spirit.
Well, that's what, when we're at this table, we want to get down to the nitty gritty. We want to
Y'all
know
are
all.
good team.
We want to know all the dirt. Okay. Because Texas High's not till next week. We'll ask them the same thing. See, we brought y'all on first. So we were letting y'all get it out there first.
So are y'all looking forward to the rivalry game of Texas High and Arkansas High?
Oh, yes.
And I guess y'all got the little advantage since this year it's going to be played at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what have y'all done to prepare for that particular game? I mean, is there a certain dance that y'all are going to bring out? That'll be like maybe the first game that y'all show that particular
our
dance.
Our first game is in Paris, and so we need to get field practice. So the same dance we're going to do for Texas versus Arkansas is going to be our first game, so we can get some practice on the field, and so make sure we look good.
Gotcha.
All
Well,
right.
I have no doubt that y'all will look good. So.
Absolutely. So we're excited about the upcoming football season. And I'm ready to go watch an Arkansas High game and see if they battle the other cheer team. Because they're telling me that they're not, but I think they do.
You just need to egg them on a little bit.
Yeah. I think I need to go down before the game and say, hey, that cheer team said that y'all would. See if we can pump them up a little bit, you know?
I think that would probably do it.
So, all right.
Probably do it.
Well, Coach Wade, we appreciate you for being with us.
Thank you for having
We
me.
still like you better than the other Coach Wade. Don't tell him I said that, even though it's on air now. But, girls, we appreciate y'all for being with us. We wish we had enough headsets to let everybody on, but y'all did a great job out there to start the show tonight, and we look forward to a great football season.
Thank you.
Have a great year, girls.
Yep. And so we're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back with our last segment of the evening, but we're saving the best for last. We've got TASD administration coming up next right here live at Walk On. right, it's Wednesday night, and we're back here at Walk-Ons. We've been taken over all night long by Razorback Red, and we are here with the final segment. We saved the best for last. We've got some administration from TASD with us, and I would just like to introduce a couple people. We've got the superintendent, Ms. Kessler, here with us. How are you?
I'm good.
And then we've also got our assistant superintendent, Dr. Hickerson, with us. And I believe it's Dr. Kessler, too. Is that right? Okay, I want to make sure I get that in there.
Hey,
so
that's okay.
Are you doctor, too?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're working
He's
on
working on it.
All right. Well, we've got Mr.
If you go to school that long, be sure you get it right.
Well,
Yeah.
just being in public school, period, we just need to call everybody doctor. You deserve it. But we've got the high school principal, Mr. Odom, with us, and we appreciate all three of you for taking time out of your day. And I know we're running behind. We appreciate you for sticking around and trudging through it with us.
And y'all know why we're running behind. Brian talking. I don't know how he ever sells anything. All he does is he just talks too long.
Well, we want to make sure that everyone got their equal opportunity, and that we got everyone.
Including Brian Bolt.
That's right. That's right. And so make sure you go to the website for TASD and support all of the people that we had on here with the, is it called the Razorback Foundation? What's the booster club called?
Yes, the Razorback
Okay,
Foundation.
I want to make sure that I named it right. But we were telling someone just a minute ago about going on there and making sure that you get all the information. So I want to throw that out there first.
I've been very happy with it. Great group of kids. My son has had an absolute blast here tonight with them. Great character. And Red's growing on me.
Yeah, well.
You know, I'm a Texas fan, so, you know.
You should give it a try.
I know. My son was just telling me we need to go buy some Razorback gear.
There
so
you go.
We'll do it.
But, you know, you could be an LSU fan, and so then you'd really be, you know. But we're going to let Dr. Kessler start off. Just kind of tell us a little bit about what's going on the Arkansas side of town.
Hey, we've got a lot going on this summer. I think we played fruit basket turnover because we've changed up a lot of our elementary schools this summer. We've got our new North Heights Community School. We've got our College Hill Harmony School. We've got our Arkansas Middle School. So we have just changed everything up. So if you come to the district, you're not even going to recognize us. A lot of changes.
And I haven't seen, I know the middle school is new, but then you moved someone in the old middle school, right?
Yes, we have our College Hill Harmony. So
Okay.
all the kids over there, that's basically music school. So all the kids will have instruments next year. I was over there yesterday. I think we're up to about 440 kids, something like that. So yes, very exciting. We actually combined two of our elementary schools, Union and College Hill Elementary, but we've opened our enrollment over there, so really grown the enrollment. And then our North Heights Community School, about 200 students, and that is the most exciting school I think we've got going on right now. I was over there today, a lot of renovation. We've actually pushed our Meet the Teacher back to Monday over there because renovation of the parking lot, restrooms. I think when parents walk in, they won't even recognize it. I said, I think that's the best our former junior high has ever smelt. Those elementary teachers have gone in. You wouldn't even recognize it as a junior high now. So it is really a neat concept.
That new campus is really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
really, really nice.
Arkansas Middle School, it is. We're busting at the seams over there. I think we're up to almost 1,000 students.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And not only being a Texarkana, Arkansas fan, but just as an Arkansas Razorback fan in whole, you know, I love going over there, seeing all the Razorbacks that y'all got on the court. I mean, I feel like I'm at Bud Walton.
Oh, that is beautiful. You walk in the gyms, we've got those beautiful Razorbacks painted on the gym floor.
Yeah.
You know, we like to think that we want to grow our Razorbacks up from kindergarten on up.
Yeah. And so you were talking about the community school. Is that where they're doing the student government at?
That's it.
Is that where they're doing that
They'll
at?
have their own government, their own city council. They'll have a mayor over there. Going to bring in a lot of community volunteers, and it's really exciting.
Tell me more about that. I've read something about that, and it sounds really, really interesting.
It's a micro society school. Samantha Coleman is going to be our principal over there, and they'll have their own city government. So, you know, we really want to bring in some of our city officials to enhance, you know, what the kids know about our own Texarkana community.
Right. And so will the mayor of the community be able to override the principal and say, look, the people have voted. The students have voted.
We'll see about that. see about that.
Is this? I've never heard of anything like this. Is this something that's been done before? Or
It is, yeah. There's several micro societies throughout the U.S. I don't know if there's any more in Arkansas, but it's a different concept. So it's really something new. I don't know. There's none around here, so it'll be something new. It's very interesting.
Was that an easy decision for y'all?
Well, you know, we actually reached out and looked. Ms. Coleman looked throughout, and Dr. Hickerson looked, throughout to see what is something different that no one else offers in Texarkana or the surrounding communities. It's actually going to be an accelerated school, so the students will be working about a grade level ahead.
Okay.
Our gifted and talented program is going to be at that school, so it's for those parents that are looking for something different for their students.
It sounds like you're going to have a school full of leaders,
absolutely,
future leaders in our country. I love that.
Yeah.
I wish they had something like that when I was a kid. I probably wouldn't have done it because. You didn't do anything with your kid, but I would send my kid to do that. Yes,
it's absolutely something out of the box,
right?
And so we're very excited about what that school's going to become.
I love out of the box stuff, and it sounds like I've never even heard of that. So y'all have to be, if not the first, then a big area to do that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That
We're
really
excited.
is.
We're very excited, and we think we have a great principal over there that's going to really grow that school. We wanted to start out small because it is a new concept, but we want to grow it. Each year we expect it to get bigger and bigger.
That sounds like it would. I mean,
and we had your principal come on with Dr. Hickerson back during baseball season and on our pregame show, and they talked about it. That's kind of how I knew about it, and man, they gave us a lot of information on it. It sounds really, really cool.
It is.
So,
Can't wait to get.
We may have to go over there and check it out.
Yeah, if there's anything we can ever do for y'all with something like that, let us know.
Absolutely.
It sounds like an amazing opportunity for the kids in our community.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And so if you didn't know, our new softball reporter is sitting right down here with Miss. So she told us before we went on air that she's always wanted to be a sports broadcaster.
That's true. It's very true. When I taught 8th grade, one of my kids told me, "You know more about sports than any girl I know."
How long have you been in education?
This is my 33rd year.
Wow. Okay.
Starting my 27th in Texarkana, Arkansas.
Okay. So where have you been at? I mean, what other schools
I
have you
spent
been
6 years in TISD before I moved over to Arkansas, and I spent the rest here or there, across the line.
And how long have you been in the administration?
Oh, my goodness. 27 years, because I started out as an administrator in
Okay.
Arkansas.
Okay.
I taught for 6 years in Texas.
Wow. Okay. All right. And so, all jokes aside about the sports broadcasting and stuff, but when we had you on during baseball season, I mean, I know you told us a lot about stuff going on the Arkansas side and with TASD. And so what are some things that are going on now? Y'all are getting ramped up, ready to go for a new school year. And so kind of what's going on? What's some info that parents or kids or anybody watching needs to know right now about the Arkansas Side School District?
Well, a couple of things that are near and dear to my heart, and kind of to spin off what Dr. Kessler was talking about. One thing that our community school is going to do is prepare our students to go into the early college academy at our middle school. And that's really to prepare students for the collegiate academy at Arkansas High School. And also if they want to take AP courses or if they want to go into vocational courses. It's just a more rigorous curriculum, and it's kind of a school within a school.
Yeah.
And so we're excited about that for Arkansas Middle School. We have our largest class of collegiate academy students this year. With our sophomore class, we have over 30 kids that are going to go through this college immersion model, and they'll be housed on the UAHT campus, and they'll complete their high school studies there.
Okay.
They can still participate in Arkansas High activities, but the great thing about it is they're locked in to that tuition rate. They will graduate from high school with an associate's degree, and they can transfer to the university at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville at that lower tuition rate. Mr. Odom and I were talking about it. We believe last year it was $77 a credit hour.
Wow.
So that's a bargain.
So in 1 year, we have new campus, basically doing a makeover. We have this community, and with this, how do you have time for all that? I mean, it seems like this is a big step for a school year.
It is. Dr. Kessler keeps us hopping and keeps us busy. But it's exciting. It's good work, and we enjoy it.
I hate I can't remember this kid's name because I know it. But the valedictorian,
Yeah, Nick.
Nick Watson.
All right, yeah. He graduated with an associate's degree, correct?
He did.
Yeah, and
Phenomenal young
special
man.
kid, and the valedictorian graduated with an associate's degree. I kind of felt a little bit bad for her, if I'm not mistaken. She had like the second highest GPA in the state. She would have been valedictorian anywhere else except for Arkansas.
Oh, the salutatorian?
Yeah.
They're great. Both of them are great
Madison.
kids.
Yeah.
Yes, Madison actually.
Yeah.
And so,
Super kids.
I want to brag a little bit to the bosses, but every time I see this guy, I mean, he's ready to go.
I see this guy
He's
somewhere. I
always-
see you somewhere all the time.
It's everywhere.
I don't know.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You see him but he is, every time I see him, not only is he dressed to the T, okay? He doesn't just look the part, but I mean, he talks the talk and he walks the walk.
I had to make him take his tie off tonight.
Where did you
literally
find
did.
this guy?
I thought he worked for the last 4 or 5 years. I thought you worked at a bank. I see you somewhere all the time. And when I walked into that meeting here recently, I thought, like, why is a banker in here?
Yeah.
I thought you worked at a bank.
I mean, whenever I go over, to the high school or anything like that, I mean, and I walk in the front door, I mean, there he is. I mean, what better image can you see when you walk in and you got your high school principal standing there, and I mean, decked out with the tie. I mean, how professional he carries himself and everything. And so, I mean,
That's Mr. Odom.
I won't tell him that you paid the $20.
Don't
to
tell
say
him what
that,
I paid you. It was only 20. Okay. Yeah.
Well, he's always out there with the kids. Wherever the kids are, that's where Michael Odom is. And he's into the social media scene, and they just love it, and parents love it. He's an excellent communicator, and we're
That's good.
very fortunate to have him in our district.
Do you feel like school has changed? Like, you almost have to know what's going on social media?
You have to know.
Yeah, the way we used to receive media or just news in general, all that's changed.
Well, and that what Dr. Hickerson and Dr. Kessler have expressed tonight is that our district is changing with the times. Society has changed because school has to change.
Yeah.
Most districts, we still do it the way we did 50, 60 years ago. We have classrooms all in a row and everybody does the same thing. Kids are different.
Yeah.
And they've got to have different pathways. The Collegiate Academy is one of our premier programs. We've also got computer science, robotics, engineering, I mean, you name it. Our fine arts programs, top notch. And we want to do everything for every kid because we know they're all different.
Yeah.
And we have a huge population to serve.
Well, it sounds like y'all are setting them up for success. I mean, when you think of school, I think like when my kid going to school, like, well, he's going to learn exactly what I learned. But exactly what I learned may not help him in life, like some of these programs y'all are talking about. I mean, I had a conversation today, like 10 years ago, what we're doing right now, you couldn't have done. Like, you had to either be on TV, be on radio, and if you weren't on those, you couldn't do anything. And in just a short amount of time, things have changed so much.
Yeah, there's one more thing I really want to mention is the ACT work keys that we've been working on. It's a curriculum that our students are going to have access to thanks to the state of Arkansas, and they'll take an assessment as juniors and seniors. Robin Bass from the Chamber has been working with us.
I love Robin.
Yeah, she's awesome, and she's trying to get Texarkana to the point that we're a work-ready community, and she's gone out and talked to business leaders about signing off, and our district has signed off that we will recognize those certificates so that kids can demonstrate their readiness to go to work after high school. And it can really be a game changer for our town.
I just had a conversation with Johnny Murphy, and he was saying he just took his ACT. What that says, that's already in play, I guess?
Well, this is different. This is ACT Work Keys, which is a work readiness.
Okay. I'm sorry. I got
just
you.
to go to the workplace. Yeah. ACT is more like college. College readiness.
Yeah, we are in a community. Luckily we have a decent economy because we have some manufacturing jobs here, and those are the hardest positions to fill. You hear Mr. Ledwell or a lot of the other manufacturers in this town. They're hard positions to fill. You wouldn't think it, but they are.
And I don't want to go back on something we already talked about, but how proud were you three to see Nick Watson do what he did? I mean, because he went viral. I mean, he was on all kinds of stuff. Not only did I see his speech and the story, but I mean, I saw him on SportsCenter. I saw him on on ESPN. I saw him on different news channels. I mean, he was all over the place. I mean, how does that feel knowing that he came from your district and he was just in your school this last school year?
You know, you just have to know Nick. He's just a great kid. I mean, he's just an all-around great kid. I mean, and we've known Nick for the longest time, and you know, he would just sit here and talk to anybody and anytime. You know, he's just a normal, everyday kid. So, I mean, I just can't describe it.
I've never been more happier for somebody than to see all that. I wish I would have known way before I knew how great he was.
Yeah.
You know. But, you know, you talked to him. He never mentioned any of these things to me.
No.
I knew him as a basketball player.
Yeah.
That's what I knew about Nick Watson.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until came around graduation time that I started finding out all these things, because I've talked to him 50 times. We've never had a conversation. I had no idea. I mean, I remember somebody telling me all this, like, are we talking about the same kid? Like, I assumed he was smart, but I didn't know, you know, he was doing all these things he was doing.
Well, I mean, you want to know someone who felt dumb. I came over to the high school and did an award for a teacher, and then Nick was a recipient of the student one. I mean, I didn't know anything about him except, hey, man, congratulations on your basketball playing and you're this or that, or, you know. And I mean, if I would have known that, I'd have offered him a job right there.
Little did we know that's going to be the smallest award he gets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he probably left that in the trash at the high school.
Yeah.
But
Well, and I'll tell you that night during the graduation ceremony when he stood up to speak, it was just one of those moments I don't think we'll ever forget. You just kind of had this sense, wow, this kid's going to do something great with his life.
Well, it was we ran it on game day. I don't know if you remember. I mean, I think within a week it had 50,000 views on a speech. You know, I mean,
it was perfection.
It's just a lot.
Yeah.
And he's just so humble.
Absolutely.
You know, he's so humble.
Yeah, yeah. And so, well, look, I know we've kept y'all out here late. We don't want to keep y'all until dark in the summertime, because that'll be 9 o'clock. But what else do you want people to know about, you know, TASD, the high school? I mean, what else is there? I know, what day does school start?
Next Tuesday.
So next Tuesday.
17th,
okay.
yes.
And so, I mean, is there anything else that we need to get out there for you? I mean, that you want people to know? Any delay? So all the campus is going to open on time, and all the.
They should. You know, we're just kind of playing it by ear with COVID. You know, that's a big concern for parents and, you know, every staff right now. I've been making the rounds. Tomorrow I'll get the rest of the campuses in. You know, we're still up in the air on mask or no mask. We're polling our parents tomorrow at Meet the Teacher. We have Meet the Teacher tomorrow from 3 to 6 at most of our campuses. Mr. Odom has
4:30 to 5:30 at the high school
for Hog Howdy, and you know, we're polling them. You know, do they want to wear masks or do they not? We're going to kind of leave it up to them, and we're doing our very best to keep our students and our staff safe. We've got safety measures in place, and hopefully we'll be open on Tuesday.
Great.
Yeah.
And so I just found out. I don't think he was up here with me, but what Hog Howdy is.
Oh yeah.
And I asked Megan Brown. I was like, hold on, go back. What did you just say? And I said, what exactly is that? And so she told us, but what a cool thing.
It's always a fun night. You know, we regret that we weren't able to have our community breakfast this year. We were not able to have our back-to-school breakfast. But, you know, our intention is to keep everyone safe. And we would rather be able to open school when school starts than bring everybody together in one big mass group. So, you know, we want to serve our students. So we're doing all we can to keep our students
sounds like
safe.
y'all are doing a great job at everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so anything else that any three of you could think of that we need to get out there so everybody we can share it around? Y'all are just ready to go. I know this guy's ready to go.
We are ready to go.
I just want to give a shout out to our students and our staff. Our staff has done an incredible job this summer. I can't even tell you how many moves we have made. Just hundreds of staff members have been dislocated from one building to another trying to get moves.
Yeah.
Moving our ABC and our middle school and our elementary our staff members. They have been incredible. I don't think anyone knows the magnitude of what they've been able to do this summer. So when our parents come in on tomorrow night or on Tuesday, they're going to be so pleased with what they've been able to do. I mean, it's just amazing.
That's great.
So,
and so a lot of big things going on over
absolutely.
there. We have absolutely loved it tonight. I mean, just a sea of Razorback red in here tonight. So many students and coaches and parents, and that's what, you know, Morgan and I talked about. That's why we want to do this, you know, every Wednesday. And I mean, he's the ringleader. He's the one that gets all of this together and makes it happen.
Wow.
But that's what he told me this week. He said, I want as many students as we can have there. It's about them. Let's get them out there. Let's, get Texarkana to see them, let their family see them, let them sit up here and talk as much as they want to talk. And so
That's great.
Big kudos to him for that. And so
thank you so much for having us.
I'll see you
It's been great working
in
with
a
you.
couple weeks.
That's right.
Going to come over.
Good.
And I told him yesterday or the day before that we'll do our Teacher of the Month over there.
That's good.
First this year for the school district. So we'll see you. But we sure do appreciate y'all for being
Thanks
on with
for
us,
having us
and letting us have your coaches and students on the show and everything. So we really appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all, and it means a lot to have the students talk. That means a lot to them. So it's great to have them on the air.
Awesome.
Thanks, Brian.
Right,
Thanks,
go
Morgan.
Hogs.
Yep. So we
Hogs.
appreciate
Big
everybody
city.
for coming out. We've been taken over tonight by the Arkansas High School District, Arkansas High, the Texarkana Arkansas School District. And so next week we'll be right back here at Walk-Ons on Wednesday at 5:45. We appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you like and share this post. And